Welcome back to another episode of Emotional Nightmares. I am your host. My name is Tyler. And on today's episode, man, we went and got a really good friend of mine, somebody I'm proud of to call a friend that I love watching his progression as he gets going. So I went and grabbed him up for this episode. So I got my man Justyn with me. So Justyn, you want to
Hey
go
man,
ahead?
fresh from work too, and it's
Yeah.
like I said, man, it was very special. So it's like I can't miss it. So I had to make time for this.
Mm.
It's like a full circle moment. It's like a
It
full
is.
circle moment.
Right? So, like, most
Yeah.
people don't know, right? Most people don't know that either has just recently found us or they, maybe they started watching us Emotional Nightmares on season one, even. They might not know. Like, Justyn worked with me on another project that we had going on. He was just learning how to be a cameraman. Justyn kind of taught me how to be a cameraman out of necessity because I didn't have a choice because he decided to pack up and go to fucking Atlanta. But we'll get there in that side of the story. All right, he kind of left me out in the wind. But Justyn, you wanna introduce yourself to the people?
What's up? What's up? Hey man, my name is Justyn. Not former addict in recovery. We're not former addict. We'll always be addict. And yeah, man, I used to be what I used to be on the first go around with Tyler. So it's definitely crazy to see how like this is blown for real, for real. But yeah, I was saying it's a full circle moment because your guys' wonderful host Tyler, you was my drug and alcohol counselor, and actually, there was a crazy story one time where I was all messed up on some Xannies or something like that, and Crosby's in this little gas station. I guess I was in there acting a damn fool. Am I allowed to curse on here or no?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Cause I know you guys are trying to get some money. So,
Nah, we don't care about that.
so I was in Crosby's acting a damn fool, and I started. Well, like I was like super blacked out, and I guess I started choking on some gummy bears. And luckily, the ladies they didn't call the police, but they did call the rehab down the street. And I did guess Tyler tried to get me to go to treatment. Of course, no one ever wants to go to treatment when they're fucked up. So, but however, he did get me back home, and I just remember waking up the next day. And if anyone has done benzos, that blackout moment, or you don't remember nothing. But I do remember waking up the next day to like a box of chicken bones, and just like empty box, and I mean there was like rag picked through with chicken bones, and it was Tyler's cell phone number, and I was with my wife at the time. We're not married now, but she had to run me the play by play of the night before. So, but it's crazy because it's like through all the crazy transitions in my life, like for some reason, like you're always around, even at this moment, even at this, even at this
Yeah.
moment, because like I said, I was in Atlanta for a while, and I something led me to come back here to Pittsburgh, and and I also feel like this is like a big transition in my life just because it's like I think totally different now from what I did back then. Even from before, like the little bit before I went to Atlanta. Like when we was doing the podcast, I'm in a totally different mind mindset to where I'm just more at peace with myself, where it's like, I mean, it sounds very like narcissistic, but it's like I really just be by myself now, like, and I'm cool with it. because it's like
Well, that's good, right? Because, like, I mean, at the end of the day, right? So, how did you learn how to be cool with it, right? Because you were one of those people that, like, you've always kind of been like, I need somebody, right? Like, I need this person to be around, whether it was your wife, friends, people that you really shouldn't have been around, right? Like,
yeah.
you always needed somebody to be around to kind of like guide you. Like, how did you learn to just be okay with yourself?
Uh, just really challenging myself. Just because it's like I knew, like even with drugs, I've like even on drugs or in my addiction, like I've always been like someone who's always yearn for freedom, no matter what it was. I don't like needing anything except God, which is that's who I call, and that's my iPod. So it's like I really don't like needing anything or anybody. Like I really pride myself in like thinking and moving very self sufficiently. So yeah, I just had to like really buckle down and challenge myself. And like when I say challenge myself, like really like kind of like let go of everything. Like all old friends, old conversations, old ways I thought. That's what happened when I moved to Atlanta. Like I really just like it was like really scrapping the playbook, and I kind of just let instead of just trying to control every experience, I was kind of just like letting my experiences like kind of like make me control, like make me when I was in Atlanta, I was actually faced with some like the most crazy um, adversity that I've ever felt in my faced in my life. But it was the things that I've learned through, recovery and like all these tools that like kind of like kept me through. Like I was like living in like when I was in Atlanta, I started my clothing brand and just I was going to school at the same time, and I was doing all these things while like living outside, like living out a hotel, like working at like a restaurant job, like really like kind of like hating every aspect of it. But that's the one thing I learned like in recovery, being in the rooms and in rehab, like no one likes waking up, or no one likes being told what to do, or being told like no one likes having their script totally rewritten. Like no one likes that. But like I learned to adapt to it, and I took them same principles here. Like I was like, well, I'm here now. Um, how can I utilize this experience for my next moment, my next challenge? And it's crazy because like now here I am in Pittsburgh, like in the same different scenario, like new city, bunch of new faces. However, my situation is upgraded, but my mindset, I still have the same mindset, same principles. So it's like I like it's this is like I really do believe how everything happens for a reason. Like everything that I've went through has been like kind of like been building off of each other. Like ever since I stepped foot in the rooms, ever since like when I really like surrendered to like rehab and was like, you know what, like there has to be a better way. Like
Yeah, man, you kind
there's
of hit
like
it. You really hit it hard, right? Like when we told you to change everything. Like we
yeah
told you to change everything, bro. You did just that, right? Like you man, like you've overcome a lot more than what you're bringing on, right? A lot more than what you're saying. So like, cause you definitely were. I mean, you were homeless at one point. You
yeah
you went jobless, right?
yeah
Like you,
jobless for yeah
yeah, like you had like all this shit, and like I've always been proud of you because of the fact that like like I remember having a conversation with you where I'm like, bro, just get a degree. Like you would be like one of the best counselors if you could just get a degree, and like you never lost focus of that like you managed to still get a degree, right? With
yeah
no job, homeless, like cars getting repoed, wife's taking the kids, Like, you know what I mean? And you're over here like, bro, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you're going to Atlanta? You're like, I don't know. I got to go to Atlanta, right? But like, you managed to do all that. You put together the little clothing brand, right? Which is
Yeah,
awesome, right? Like, I love your clothes. Like, your clothes are dope as shit. Like, I love it. I
appreciate it.
love the brand and I love what it stands for, right? And like, I love how you've managed to put that all together. How have you managed to, like, I know, like, you always, like you say, like, I mean, I just kind of dealt with the adversity, but how, right? Like, how did you manage, like, because the shit that you're talking about, a lot of people would have broke, right? And you were like, I feel like breaking, but it's not an option, right? And like,
Right, right.
that's always stuck out to me, right? Because like, I just talked about this on one of the other podcasts that's currently at the moment that's going. This ain't gonna come out till like way later, but where we talk about, like, I remember sitting in rehab, right? I'm shitting, pissing, and puking on myself, and my roommate was like, "Bro, let's just leave and go get dope." And I'm like, I can't. I was like, I don't have another choice. Like, I have to do this because there's no plan B. Like, this can only be an option, right? And that's kind of always held me going. But how did you keep that mindset? Like, how did you keep that there's no other choice mindset?
Bruh, I think once, and this is, it just, the approach I take a very simple approach because, even, treatments in the rooms, keep it simple. So it's like, bro, like once I identified the things I want in life, bro, and I've been able to, once I became, got clarity and, was able to like really identify like what's important to me, like what the things I want in life, bro, I really laser focused in on those things. I just kind of like subtracted everything else out that really wasn't part of the equation. And I maintained, and like I kind of like, I look through a mission perspective. Like no matter what, like I'm not going back for what. If anything, like I know I have dreams, aspirations. Like there's a like I bear a certain type of burdens for a reason. And it's like I strive, like when I pray in the morning, like my prayers is like, Lord, give me the strength to bear these burdens and strive with them, with purpose. So it's like no matter what, bro, like I know there's a reason for it. Like it's blind suffering. There's a reason behind all the suffering, what we're going through. Like for instance, like you've been able to make this podcast in which is giving you further your purpose off of built off of pain, off of all the pain that you went through and stuff like that. So, I keep that same kind of it's like a mindset thing. And I think people don't really understand like the power of the mind. I know you do, because you got me to understand like how powerful my mind was or my potential. Like really like like for real, bro, I'm doing the same stuff I used to do except in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. Like, it's always been that simple. Like, that's what I say to people all the time. Is like, it's really this simple. Like, if we just change the perception and just look at things differently from a different angle, you're literally doing the same shit just on a different way of life. Like, it's a whole different style, but it's the same thing, just differently. And like, that little tiny difference will make the success, right? And I think that I'll tell you, like, one of the things that, like, that works for me, and like, I know it works for you too, because like, obviously I see what it's like, you can see the name of your clothing line here, right? The minimalist. And like, I think one of the main things is like, I know for myself, even, I've never I've never made money a thing, right? Like, money's never been a motivating factor. I could give a shit less about it. I know I'm gonna have enough money to eat food and pay my rent,
Mm.
and my cat's gonna have food. I'm good, right? And like,
Yeah.
I know that. And like, even conversations that we've had, you've always said like, as long as I got food, my kids got food, I'm good, right? And like,
Yeah.
Money's never been a part of that thing. And like, I think that when we start looking at the people that are actually successful in life, when you stop, like, you always hear people talk about, like, I gotta chase this bag, I gotta chase money. And I'm like, yeah, but it's never enough. Like, you're just chasing. And like, when you stop
Right.
chasing money and you start focusing on like your dream, like, not even your dreams, but like simple goals, right? Like, and it could be something simple. Like, I know, like, one of the goals on a daily basis, like for myself even, is like, I just can't do heroin today. like,
Right.
like that's a
Yeah.
goal of mine. Like, just don't do
Right.
heroin today. As long as I don't touch that or meth, I'm okay. Right? Just no heroin, no meth, no alcohol. I'm good. And like, by keeping those little simple goals, every day's a win. And like, that changes the mindset into like, nah, I am successful. Like, because I'm not looking at my bank account. I don't care how much is in there. It doesn't matter. Right now, I'm broke. It don't matter.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't care. I'm waiting for a paycheck to hit so I can, get gas. Like, I don't know. But like, at the end of the day, it's like, I've noticed that with you too. Like, you do that, and you've always kind of done that where you're like, man, I want to pay my bills, but like, I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing this brand. I'm chasing this like dream, this
Right.
this goal.
Bro, honestly, man, bro, because dude, like my brand's philosophy is it kind of it it's built off of like removing like the access because honestly, bro, like a lot of the time we crash out on things that we don't really need, like that really don't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
and like bro, like my life, like for real, like you know, I'm proud like of my minimalistic perspective, bro, because it's like I'm stripping back all the fluff of life, like, and now I'm like really starting to like really value what's important. Like I'm like, and like doing that, I'm starting to look at everything in a macro perspective. So it's like even things like this conversation, like it lines up with with my long run. You know, like this is it's helping me, it's helping you, it's helping everybody, which is this is what we do it for. So it's like I said, bro, just knowing what I value and being able to be disciplined to separate stuff because a lot of people think like we'll set goals, man. Even in recovery, bro, we'll set some crazy goals, and you know once you know the rubber hits the road and we hit a little friction, you know, all that discipline goes out the you know, the discipline no discipline goes out the window. One of the best things I've learned was, you know, you can't live off motivation. Like you gotta build yourself a system.
yeah. Absolutely,
Motivation will fade. Like,
it will.
motivation will fade. Like even in recovery, like when that when you just when you just don't want to feel sick anymore, and then like you kind of life gets kind of you know stale. You know what I mean? Gets you know that allure of the pink cloud has wore off. You know,
I mean,
that's when.
I learned that in the Wu Tang book. I learned that in that Wu Tang book that I made you read.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The what is it? The Tao Vu. Yeah, Tao
That's
Vu.
one of Riz's principles. I like that. Yeah, that's one of the
And that's for
principles.
real.
That's crazy that you mentioned that, right? Because that's like one of the principles that helped change my life. Even was RZA talking about that. It was he was talking about how like he lost motivation for the shit a long time ago, and ain't about that, And like he talks about like he had that system in play, and like he had the goal. Like this is my goal, my end goal, and like
Yeah.
how do I get there? And like, of course, and even like with this shit, man. Like, there's days where I'm like, ugh, I don't, I don't want to do a podcast, man. Like, hey, who the hell's listening to this? You know what I mean? And then I think to
But
myself,
someone's always listening, and
yeah,
you know,
I
and
mean,
it's that one person
and
that will
that's who we
change your
do it
whole
for,
perspective.
right? Like for
That
me,
one
that's always my thing. Is like I don't care. I don't care if we get any recognition. I don't care if we make $1. Like, all I care about is that one person we're gonna help save their life. And like, you know, like I think that's always been the motivation.
You gotta keep it like, and it's very important that you kind of you keep it that way because you can't really control. You can't really control outside forces, or you can't control like external factors like if the algorithm is going to push this episode or whatever. But what you can control is how you made someone feel, or the impact that you made. One of the things that really stuck out with me was people will always remember how you made them feel. And for a while, just being an entrepreneur and selling products, like sometimes you can get mixed up. And like for me, I started to lose. I'm kind of glad you said what you said about money, because like, just to be totally transparent, there was a time where I was just getting ready to say like, man, f this. Like, there was a time where I didn't sell nothing for like probably like a year straight, and you really question yourself, like, dang, am I really cut out for this? But then it's that one person who says like, bro, I did, just because I didn't buy nothing, or just because I didn't hit the like button. I saw what you did, and it helped me. I remember, like, true story, I was about to quit one day. Like, I made a reel talking about like, like, I was about to quit, but like something in me needed to keep going. And I'm not gonna say his name, but like a gentleman whose father had just passed had came to me, and he was like, bro, I just want to let you know, I'm like, bro, don't quit, man. And I was just like, like, I kind of just like played it off, but then it really hit home, because I was so, kind of like stuck in, like, you get stuck in my own ways, like, woe is me, and none of this ain't happening for me. But then, like, he like looked up to me, like, I impacted him. So like, when that was just a quick reminder, I was just like a very sober reminder, like,
Yeah,
all that other stuff don't matter. Like, the mission is really the most important.
yeah.
Like, not everyone is cut out for this. Not everyone is cut out for this. Kind of like sobriety. You know what I mean? Not everyone is.
Master P once said, "Not everybody can go."
Bro, but even like in recovery, and it's so sad because
Yeah,
it's like, just seeing so many people lose their lives, bro. Like, it's it's very, I don't even know the words to say. It's depressing. Like, that's the best way I can say. Like, it's depressing to the point where, there's times where I don't even get on social media. The only reason I'll get on social media is for marketing. But like, it's been so death and gloomy, and drugs have just hit people so tragic, bro. Like, it sounds very messed up, bro, but it'll be messing my day up, bro, just because it's like a decision away. You know what I mean? And I was, and it's like, you try not to be too judgmental or whatever, because you just want the best for people, but then you also remember, like, I was that person. Someone was trying to tell me the same thing I'm trying to tell them. You know, and like I just like did just seeing just like, I don't know if it's just me, or does it seem like there's just like a rise in death, just like everyone's just
but yeah,
dying.
I mean, yeah. So like technically, like death is getting worse, right? And like the drugs are getting worse. So like there's that. I think we were just talking about this. I don't know where, but like there's that new shit, right? That new shit that is here. I'm seeing it a lot in rehab lately. It's not. I can't remember the name of it. It doesn't. It's not xylazine, because we got xylazine, obviously. Like I was just. We went to the Pittsburgh game the other day for Mac.
Xylazine?
Yeah, so we went to Mac Miller Day down there, right? Which I got a bobblehead. But
I saw that.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah. But
jealous.
we went down there we come across the bridge. And when you come across the bridge there in Pittsburgh, like in downtown, there's all the little stores and shit. And
Yeah, yeah.
at nighttime is where you see like the homeless people are laying and stuff. So like when you see them, they got the big holes and shit in them, right? That's xylazine. That's what xylazine is.
Dang. Oh, I did hear
So
about that. It's like some flesh eating stuff.
so there's some new shit that's worse than that, right? So there's this new shit that that's hit the market that not even Narcan doesn't work. So like more along the lines of if you start to go out on this shit, you're out.
You're done.
Yeah, like Narcan's
Like,
not even bringing you. You have like you need paramedics to hurry up and get to you, to get you to a hospital, to get you up because like I don't even know what they do at the hospital. They're probably ephedrine. I have no idea, but like because this is just taking you out and like it's now hit our market like really bad in our area. It's starting to pop up, and you're starting to see like more and more people are dying and overdosing. Like this fentanyl ain't even shit. Like fentanyl ain't even shit no more. Like it's not.
compared to the new stuff.
Oh yeah, this new shit's killing you worse than what carfentanil even was. Like, cause at least carfentanil you can Narcan out of it. Like this shit you
Yeah,
can't
you had
even.
a chance.
This shit you can't even Narcan out. So you have that. Plus you still have fentanyl. Like you have fentanyl all over the place. Like that shit. You know what I mean? People are putting that in shit that it shouldn't even be in. And like, I'm watching people overdose on shit that don't even make sense that they're overdosing on.
I've
What?
heard people putting fentanyl on weed.
Yeah, I had a guy that came to rehab that he overdosed, and that's how he overdosed. Um,
That's crazy.
and then you got like, there's so much shit out here, and at the end of the day, right? Like, we're still not addressing the core issue because the problem's never been the drugs, right? Like drugs and alcohol were never the problem. It's why we use the drugs and alcohol, why we turn to the drugs and alcohol, and like we're not addressing the mental health, right? So like actually this season, right? Because this is season 4, so this is the mental health season, and that's kind of what we've been trying to address a lot during this season is like focusing on like the mental health diagnosis, focusing on like whether it be all the different disorders, eating disorders, mood disorders. I got a gambling disorder, porn addiction. Like we're trying to focus on all of it, right? Because
Oh yeah.
all those things play into addiction, which lead to the drugs and alcohol. And like, man, alcohol still reigns supreme. Like that's the craziest thing is like we're constantly like seeing the death rate of all this shit, but yet more people are still dying every day at,
From alcohol.
from alcohol. Alcohol still reigns supreme for the most deaths and most violent crimes. So, you know, and this is not promoted, right? So, like, I do not get promoted to say this. Vivitrol literally works for that. Like,
For alcohol.
for alcohol, right? And like Vivitrol is the one thing that I will gladly freely mention their name because a lot of people don't understand that like with alcoholism, the Vivitrol shot it works, and like
No, yeah.
I mean
I mean, I
you
didn't.
still need to address the mental health, right? It's not a cure,
Yeah.
but like it actually works to take away the cravings or the temptations or the desires and allow you to focus on the internal reasons of why it is you even drink anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really like definitely like it's 90, 95% like the mental health part.
Yeah.
That is, so like it's in my opinion, and like I said, it's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor, although I do have a degree. My opinion is, bro, like
Yeah.
it's
Shout that, bro.
it's
You
it's
should
90%
make sure
mental
you
health.
shout that out more, man. Like you should be proud of that. Like you just said, like I, bro, I remember the day when you were at the gas station nodded the hell out. I had to drag your ass home, and like you was fighting me because you wanted Newports in it. You was like, I ain't going nowhere without Newports and a box of chicken. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll buy it. Just get in the car, and like took you home, and like that's where you were at, right? And like before that, before the blackouts, you were a Methodist, right? You were messing around. You was messing around on that shit, and like
Yeah, I did it all.
so like yeah, man, like you went from that to like now you got a college degree and you're teaching kids and shit. Like you down in the Berg
Yeah.
teaching kids and shit. Like you're doing good shit. Like you should be proud of that, man.
And I think honestly, because it's crazy, like a lot of people who I talk to, like they say these things too. And I don't know if I still haven't learned how to um I don't know like if I had to like if I fixed my mindset to like not to just stay constantly working in work mode or something, but like I feel like when I went through addiction, bro, like, it's still hard for me to celebrate myself in a sense.
I mean, I get it.
Like
I still struggle with it too, right?
yeah, like
But bruh, you was on the brink of death. I've seen you on the brink of death, right? And like, look at you now.
that no, and it's and that's one thing I need to work on. That's definitely one thing I need to work on. We all need to work on, bro. Because you're right, I definitely was on the brink of death, and I think, and or maybe it's just because when you know what you're capable of, you know, it's just so hard to settle for something. So and this and kind of to go back to what we were saying, how like I'm thinking the same way except in an opposite direction. Bro, I literally like how I would like all I would think about was meth or heroin. Bro, like all I do nowadays is think about like my next move, like how my next move is how like I can make my next move my best move. Like I don't want to say I would replace an addiction with another addiction because only thing is like I'm thinking clearly. Like I'm just more hyper aware of my surroundings. And I think when you lose kind of like when you've lost touch with reality for so long and you kind of come back to life like you you know you care about it. Like, you know, like you care about your space, you care about your energy, you care about things that you have around a lot more. Like, and I think that's why it's so easy for me to spend long periods of time by myself and work on things because I know I got such a gratitude for life now. I don't need a lot of like I'm good with life itself. I'm good with breathing. You know, I'm good with knowing that you know my family's, you know, straight. Like I'm good with life itself. I don't need all the extra stuff. Like I don't need the relationships and I used to try to I used to look at other people and like think I I would not accept myself for it because I would wonder why I don't like certain things. Like, you know, my like I got certain people like in my circle push me to be more social. But I love people. I love the humanity itself, but to keep it real, bro, I don't like being around people. Like I love what I had to offer people. That's what it is. I love what I had to offer people, but for the sense, bro, like I love the sanctuary that I've built in my life, the peace that I've been able to build for myself. So it's like y'all in recovery, you said always put yourself first. And I think now I'm fully in that season of putting myself first, bro, where I can literally go ghost for 2 and 3 weeks and literally I won't have to talk to nobody or anything, bro, but I'll be perfectly cool with it. Just give me some books, give me my prayers, and give me, you know, the plan that I'm setting forth for myself. And that's all I need, bro, just because it's like I think I'm to that point in that season in my life where You know, when I took the drugs off, and when I went to Atlanta and was like kind of was just faced with myself. And then had my kids to kind of distract myself from, or I didn't have friends to distract myself from. I really just only had me, my values, and my principles, kind of keeping me going forth for the next day. And just seeing how far that took me in life, really gives you the mindset that you need, that you really understand that you don't need much. And like to do what we're doing, like when you're building anything, you need to understand like you gotta learn how to do as much as you can with little as possible. Have to have that mindset with no matter what everything that you're looking at. What I mean? You gotta be able to make the most out of little as possible. So I think I've adopted that mindset and just challenge myself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all that. Just kind of like locking and challenging myself, and just kind of, and it's connecting with just life, with just understanding, just having more understanding of my existence. I don't like a lot of noise. I don't like the older I get. I don't like a lot of distraction. I don't like a lot of noise or nothing. Like I like working on the mission. I like working on what I'm building. I like just trying to understand what I can do to better the human experience for life itself, because we're really all connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I
So
think
like when
that
I'm like,
I think that's the most important thing is like just staying connected, right? Like
yeah,
something I've learned is like I think even like doing this, right? Like the most valuable asset I have is just staying connected with people and networking. And like
yeah,
the more I network, the more opportunities and the better things are. You know what I mean? Like I got some people that, they want me to come out to Cali, and like they saw what I did in Butler, like how we did the well, I guess we did season 3, like we did that like as a live performance in Butler. They want us to come out to Cali and do the same thing, which we might have to go out to Cali, right? Like we might have to go out to Malibu,
that's hard. That's dope.
right? Like you might have to come out too. Like we,
No, I'll run out there. No, I'll be
you know,
cool for
you know
sure,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
But like these people want us to come out and they want us to do the whole thing, and like that literally was because of a conversation that I had just doing a TikTok live, and like we started networking and talking, and like I think that sometimes we lose focus on like the people element, right? Like this is
Yeah,
like literally what we're doing is people, right? Like we are
yeah,
people, and like even like with this particular podcast, like my brand is like it's a show about people for people, right? It's the old Seinfeld thing, a show about nothing, right? Like it's people
yeah.
about people, people helping people, and I think like when we keep that together and like we understand that like but we're literally all the same and we're all in the same boat, and like we're all just trying to do this thing called life. Like nobody's above anybody, nobody's below anybody, like we're all on this same level. And if we just hold each other's hand, man, we could do this thing called life good. Like we could be happy. You know what I mean? Like
No,
it
yeah.
don't take much to make me happy. You know what I mean? I just need some spaghetti. You know,
Nah, yeah, facts. That's what I was saying,
some
man.
bread to
I
dip
just
in.
need I just need a good book, honestly. And I think, bro, like, and it's really finding, the balance, because I think, anyone with addiction, they always think in extremes. You got someone who either like they need to be around people all the time, or they don't, or they're just not around nobody. It's like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you got the person who they're like they go to a meeting every day, or like they just don't go at all.
yeah. I
Like we're
think
always,
I think it's like the balance for like I think that I find is like as long as we don't as long as you don't make people your identity, right? Like
yeah,
my identity is my identity. I am who I am. I don't care if you like me or not,
where,
right?
yeah, no matter where you're at.
Yeah, like if you don't like me, hey, go to a different YouTube channel. I don't care, right? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, this isn't for, I'm not for everybody. I get that. And I think, like, when we lose focus of that and, like, we want everybody to like us, or we, like, like, we're so focused on either everybody likes me or nobody likes me, like, that's when we're in
Yeah.
trouble, right? That's when I'm in trouble because, like, now it's like, well, everybody likes me, and, like, now I got to make everybody happy. I might as well do heroin because like I can't function or I need meth to keep me going. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I might as well do heroin because like let's just tie my
Ain't
shoes with my
nobody.
lips. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like our brain stays in default mode. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I feel like our brain is just like, well, like my mom, because I even still to this day, like things will just be going, good for me. All right, and that thought will still, will still just like pop up in my head. Like, you know what, Justin, you just go out to the, you can go out to the bar or you can go do this. And although like I probably could successfully do that one time. However, I know that like the string of decisions that it could lead me. And I think, bro, like I think I didn't trust myself for so long with anything, like with being around people or nothing. I think now, like I had to learn how to, kind of navigate like that again. What and this sounds and I and it sounds like very counterproductive to like the whole recovery philosophy, but like the way how my personality is, like if I get too enmeshed in something, then I'll totally lose focus of who I am, even in
yeah,
relationships,
yeah.
and all that, and like with the drugs and all that. So I think now that like I'm getting to a place in life to where like I'm selfishly like now that like I really like I feel like I'm like I've been let back in life again,
Yeah.
and I'm selfish with my time. And like honestly, it's like I feel guilty about it, bro. Because like there's times where there's people who will call me, and you know what I mean, and like I won't answer the phone, but then I'll get a conviction, and like I'll call them right back because you never know what's when it might be an emergency. But like for the most part, if you're not my mom or if you're not my kids, no disrespect, like there's like people like I might not answer. I might answer, I might not. But the thing is,
That's
like I'm so
okay.
like I was so
That's okay.
I even
Right? That's a boundary, bro. Like that's okay. Like I have times where like my phone will ring and I'll look at it and be like, I should answer this, but like I'm doing like I
not going
can't
to.
right now. Like I can't right now because like I'm dedicating my time to like sitting on the couch with my girlfriend watching this TV, and like it might, if it's important, I know they're going to shoot me a text to say this is important, or they're going to call back multiple
Yeah,
times, right? So because a lot of times like they're not always important. Sometimes people call, and maybe they are, right? I guess that's the wrong way to phrase it because maybe it is important. It might be important to them,
to
right?
them.
At
Yeah,
that
yeah.
moment,
Perfect
it
way to
might be
put it.
important. Like I'm in crisis mode right now, and like maybe, right? But at the end of the day, too, like we have to protect our own mental health too, because if I don't protect my own mental health, I'm no good to you. So like
Yeah,
there are times where like I need to take a timeout break. Like I need to take a break from the day. Like I do, and like you do it too, because like you have a full time job, right? So like I have a
yeah,
full time job. My full time job is counseling. I counsel for a living. Like this is my job. So doing this shit outside of my actual work, 8 hours a day, I have to have at least a 2 hour period somewhere in the day where I stop everything and focus on me. Otherwise, we're going to get burnt out, right? And you do the same
yeah,
thing. Like you're spending what, 8 hours a day working with
yeah,
kids that are in troubled youth and shit.
yeah. And then I come back, and then I go spend another four like at a pizza shop like later on that night, and then like even before that, like because like I said, I got my business plans that I'm working on. Because like you know what I mean. I know this ain't it for me. So it's like really, I literally spend my whole day, you know, just in donating so much mental energy and stuff like that. So I think maybe it's a good thing that, and that's why honestly I feel like everything you are, no matter who you are, you know, like obviously everyone needs to change, but you are who you are for a reason. Like I wouldn't be able, like if I wasn't the way I was, I definitely wouldn't be able to handle, you know, a lot of these things you know, how I do. So there's definitely just some things like I wish I was better at for sure.
I
Definitely
mean, I think we
something.
all do, but like at the same time too, like it's okay to take a break, right? Like it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to focus on you, and it's okay to unplug. Like I think we lose focus of that, right? Is like back in the day, right? We from the '90s, right? So like back in the day when we was growing up, I, I didn't have this thing attached to my hip, right? Like you know what I mean? Like you called my house, you had to leave a message, and I'll call you when I'm
Yeah,
not
you was
home.
there or you wasn't.
You know what I mean? Like I'll call you when I get back, and like just because like I have a cell phone doesn't mean it's always on me either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of times where like I'll shut my phone off and be like I'm done for the day. Like I'm gonna like take some me time and like maybe play Borderlands or something. Like I gotta chill for a minute. And like that's okay. Like it's okay to take a break and like focus on you. So like that's not unhealthy to do. You know what I mean?
And nowadays, bro, I think it's like there's like such like I know you've heard this term like the wave of hustle culture, bro. Like the internet, it teaches you like
Yeah.
a whole different approach,
Yeah.
and it's
It's disgusting though because like to me, and
that's not healthy.
this go like, and I'm from the old school, right? So this is the old school drug dealer cruise, right? Like, why are we chasing money? Like to me, like money's never. So like that's the other side of it. Like I'm okay if I'm broke. Like money, I'm not a money chaser. I'm, you know what I mean? Like that's not my purpose in life. My purpose is not that. And I think like there was a time though where that was my purpose, right? Where my purpose was like I want to get this money, I want to chase this, and like my life was miserable. And like when I stopped chasing that and I started focusing more on like, bruh, money's not that important. Like what's important is the quality time I'm spending with people, and like I don't ever want to lose that. And like as long as I'm doing that, money comes and goes in life. And like at the end of the day, I don't need a lot of money to live anyway. I can live happy. Once you've been homeless, bro, I don't really need much to be happy. You know what I mean? Like, and like you've been there where you've been so
No,
broke
yeah,
that you've been homeless. They repoed their like, and once we
yeah.
and the more and like I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like I've had hunger pains too. I don't ever want to have hunger
Mm.
pains again, right? So I know like I just need to maintain, and it don't take a lot to maintain a life where I have food and I'm not hungry today. But I'm not chasing money either. Money's not the goal. Money's not my goal. I'll never create a paywall. Like that's the thing with this podcast because I've had a lot of people come at me that have been like, you can charge for this and charge for that. I'm like, the fuck I will. Like I will never create a paywall for somebody to get help. My podcast is about helping people, like trying to give you hope. Why the hell would
Like
I
the
charge?
Patreons and stuff.
Yeah, like what the hell would I charge you for that? I'm not charging for hope. Hope
You're
is
not trying to
free.
give
You know
people
what I
on
mean?
purpose.
Like what the hell? Like that's not my goal. My goal's not to sell you a product. I'm not selling you shit. Like my goal is to help you. Like that's the goal. Will we get money out of it? Sure. There'll be sponsors and shit along the way, but we that's
Like
not
a
the goal.
pastor selling someone a Bible.
Yeah, right.
You're trying to just say, bro, but for 49.99.
Yeah. And I'll send a custom prayer for you.
Nah, it's funny though, cause like when you said hunger pains, like I think for me, bro, like I still deal with hunger pains, but it's because I'm hungry for something higher. Like I'm forcing myself
Yeah.
to go through discomfort and pain because I'm hungry for something higher. Like
Yeah. You're
if I
hungry.
really
You're
wanted to,
hungry for something money can't buy, right?
nah, yeah,
Like that. That's what
yeah,
it all
like
comes down to. Is like even this recovery shit, money can't buy this. Like this isn't changing your mind and changing the way you think and changing your lifestyle. I. It's not for sale. Like it can't be bought.
no, yeah, you can't buy that.
Like you can't buy your way into recovery, man. Like you got to put in work, and it's gonna suck.
No, yeah,
It's going to be painful. It's not rainbows and sunshine. There's going to be happy times, good times, bad times, sad times, ugly times, really dark times. But you're going to learn how to deal with
people,
it. You know what I mean? And like
yeah,
in return, this funny thing happens where you start learning how to enjoy life.
even the bad. You're not, you're not like you're not afraid. You're not like afraid of bad shit happening at bad times. You're not like ducking every. Like I know when I was in active addiction, bro. Like I would duck every challenge that I had. I would always try to find a quick fix around it. You know, all the way to like like trying to fake pee in the parole, just like that mindset. And I always say this, like when I'm talking to people, I'm always like, my biggest saying is no behavior is isolated to one situation. So it's like if you're gonna duck a piss test, then you're ducking other major life stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you're probably ducking that conversation that you need to have with your daughter. You're probably, ducking, ducking certain steps that you need to take in your relationship for it to be better. Like it's way deeper than just ducking that piss test. But
But yeah,
I like,
100%.
yeah, like, and I had to, to like readjust my mindset to, I had to find enjoyment and resilience in understanding that like that the pleasure is in the discomfort and knowing that you know that this is forming something that's much bigger that's much bigger than me, and especially like, and since I got kids, it's so easy, and like for me it's like, and like thank God for them, because like it is so easy for me to go super without. Like I'm like me, I'm really big. Like I'm an entrepreneur and I'm really big on investing things, on set myself up for the future. And in order to be like a good investor, like I don't care how much money you got, but you need to learn how to, like we said, make the most out of littlest. And like me having kids and just like having that perspective, like this is a fun challenge to me because it's like I know this, like what I'm going through right now is breaking certain things that have held, you know, my family captive and stuff like that. There's a lot of information that, not to get too culturally sensitive or anything like that, but there's like a not, but it's real. There's not a lot of information that my parents weren't privy to,
Right.
or in general, it's just like a lot of things that I'm learning. Like I need to like sit down and take advantage of,
Right.
like this thing called the internet. There's a lot of free knowledge out there that, like you said, like just like my parents, or maybe they couldn't get to, or like even like you had to be from money to learn about money back then.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot of, there wasn't a lot of free knowledge out there. But now, seeing like now that I'm a dad and like I really understand that it is way bigger than me, and just being it's very important that I align everything up to the main thing, which is just like inspiring my children, inspire anyone who looks at my life, bro. Like I want them to, like, no matter where they're at, I want them to be like, like even if they don't feel like going to work that day, bro. Like I want them to look at what I've been through and be like, you know, if he can go through it, like I can just go to work. Like I want them to like just when like whatever like I want to impact people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just that fuels me to continuously make this like make my life hard for myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm a very firm believer. You know, like I said, I read the Bible and stuff like that. And Jesus, he just went through the whole book bearing other people's burdens for the bigger purpose. And I take that same perspective in life with everything that comes my way, and that just that helped even with the addiction. You know, like I always say, you know what, I'm bearing this burden for someone else. Although like this is for the better of my life, but in the sense since everything that we do is bigger than us, this is for someone else as well. Like not just my kids, for someone else. So I really hold on to them same principles, like even still to this day, because you know it gets hard out here. You know what I mean?
It does.
It gets hard out here. You know?
I mean,
And the world, bro, they don't care. Like, the world ain't trying to hear you cry or nothing.
nah, we care, man. We gonna make it though,
We
right?
care, bro, but
We
like,
gonna make it. Like you're,
this podcast is well needed because there's a lot of people who feel like me like that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
one
Because it's
hundred
like,
percent.
I don't know the code, if it's, you know, how, maybe if it's a man thing or a culture thing, but there's just, there's just like certain things that like even still to this day, even still going through the rooms and stuff, like I feel like, you know what, man, like although it might be some real shit, like you just feel like it's not real enough. You know, so like I ain't even really trying to worry no one about this. You know what I mean? Like even before I got on this, before we did this podcast, you know, I'm there like thinking to myself, like, man, like what do I really have to offer? I'm not doing nothing but just trying to. I'm just like for real, I ain't doing nothing but what I'm supposed to do. Like,
Yeah, but
but
that's a
I gotta
lot.
like
But that's a
yeah.
lot, right? Like I get it, right? Like, cause I think that too. Like, I think that before every episode, like I always think to myself, like, man, I ain't really. Why the hell does anybody want to listen to me, right? And like at the end of the day, like that's a lot because like I remember the day. Like if you remember, like I remember a day where I couldn't imagine not doing drugs for that day, right? Like I couldn't get through a 24-hour period, bro. I couldn't get through a 60-minute period, like without doing something. Like I needed, especially during like the cocaine days, like, bro, I needed that shit like constant, like just nonstop. Like there was no like period of time of like, oh well, today. Like no, like so the fact of the matter is like you woke up today, you stayed sober today, you maintained today, that's doing something. That's a fucking win. You know what I mean? Like where we
Yeah.
come from, like that's a big win.
Nah, yeah.
And then like on top of that, man, you got all kinds of accolades. So like, yeah, I mean, it is a win, man. We're gonna do a collabo though. We're gonna do a
Oh no, no,
we're
we
gonna do a
definitely are.
shirt.
No, for
We're
real.
gonna do a shirt
No, for
brand
sure, for
collabo.
sure. No, definitely. Because this episode was definitely a long time coming. Because I
Yeah, it's my longest episode so
even
far.
today, I had to make sure. Like even though I was slaving at the pizza shop today. You know, I'm there thinking. You know, I'm getting my game face on. I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna show up. I said, I said, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up today, and I'm glad. No, I'm glad I did this episode, bro,
Yeah,
because I needed it.
yeah.
I for real needed it.
The good
I
thing
needed
is,
to
is
talk
like
to someone.
the good thing is like I got 20 some episodes, so like I don't know when this is gonna come out. So like I'm gonna start releasing in October. This might come out in December, maybe February. The fun thing is you're gonna forget about it, and then you're gonna hear it.
It's just gonna pop up.
It's gonna pop up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, yeah!" Like that refocuses me. You know what I mean? Like
No,
that's how it always works.
well, heck yeah. I think even not even after we get off this, bro, like just the conversations that we had today, bro. You know, it's about to get some work done, bro. Because once again, bro, like it's a mission. Like, it's a mission.
Yeah.
It is like you really got to have like a certain kind of mindset. Like I tell people, like this is not for the for the weak. I think people, it just sounds cool like when you say you're starting something or when
I
you're
think a lot of people get caught in that. They
yeah,
start,
but then like
you
when
know what though, like, bro, like this is actually simple. Like, if you want to get technical, right, and like, this is where people get weird with me when I tell them this, but like, we were conditioned for this shit when we was kids because like, no shit, every Wu Tang album I ever listened to, every Jay Z album I ever listened to, right? So like Wu Tang, Young Jeezy, Jay Z, 50 Cent, Master P literally laid the groundwork for everything I've ever done in life. Cause like they literally told you what to do. They said, if you do this and you can do this and da 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 da, and like everything they all said, literally you just shake it up in a pot. There's the blueprint. It's literally a blueprint. And like people look at me crazy for that, and I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm an old school hip hop head, and like that shit gave me the blueprint. Like Jay Z wasn't lying when he said, "Here's the blueprint." Like shit, volume 1, 2, and 3.
Jay-Z said,
Like
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Like
right,
that's one of the realest
yeah,
lines,
yeah,
and that's the best thing, bro. Like when when I went down to Atlanta, and I just was just around so many different people who were just utilizing just their skills and like really were just like making stuff happen. I'm like, oh snap! Like I could do that. I could do this too. And it's like now, like I said, when I go to work, like when I work with the kids, I really like I do that for like my service, like because it's like I always want to like just kind of like do something to whether it be to change one person's life or a bunch of people's life. So I think like my job with the kids that fulfills that need for me, but like for my brand and stuff, bro, like that's really like my ultimate plan. Like just to work, do my human service work, but just to live kind of like modestly, like off of my brand or just off of my skills that I've obtained, and just kind of like teach my kids to do the same. Because really, it's just setting the bar higher for the up and coming. You know what I mean? I think people who are going to see what you're doing, especially a lot of the people that come through the centers and stuff like that, like it'll probably definitely inspire them to kind of lock in and take this route. Because like bro, like sometimes I think to myself, even if everything doesn't play out the way I envisioned it, if it's one thing, the plan that I did set for myself, it saved me. No matter what, like if things
yeah,
don't plan out how I envisioned, like if it's anything, this saved me. It saved me, like because
yeah. That's
like
the win.
I was doing some.
It's the
It's a win because I was
success,
doing
right?
degenerate shit.
Yeah,
I'm doing some degenerate shit, but I think, bro, it's just naturally in us that we set goals and higher standards for us. Like it's just naturally in us to reach higher, and when you
yeah,
are like when you lean, like for instance, bro, like how can you be super ambitious but then just like it's so hard to find that middle balance, like to be super ambitious, but then also carefree about things. Like I'm still learning that to this day.
I
Still learning
mean,
that to this day.
I like that. I like that you just say that, right? Because like, if you remember, and you were there at the very beginning of like when I even started putting this together, and like, if you remember, like I, not for nothing, man. I was. I was ready to politically correct term here. I was ready to unalive myself, and like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I was heading. You know what I mean? And like, and then you know, and like I talk about this a couple times on a couple shows, but like that's how, you know what I mean? And then I got Pickles, I got my cat, right? And then like, and
Yeah.
but like you watched, like you saw the mental breakdown of like where, like if you remember, I started putting that shit on Facebook. Like I started with that 1 through 7. I started on some crazy shit that people were like looking at me like, what is going on with you? Like, why are you doing this? Because I was having an emotional breakdown, a whole emotional nightmare of my own, right? And like, and I like how you say that because not for nothing, man. Even if the vision don't work, bruh, it saved my life.
Nah,
So it
facts, bro.
worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it
No,
worked.
yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, man,
Yeah.
it worked, and like it worked, and it's the for the simple fact that you kind of just tied your own personal experience back into your brand. Like, I think people that are going to that field of content creating or brand making a brand or anything like that, like they they do it like for the aesthetic and like to kind of to be externally validated, but like if your own personal experience isn't tied to whatever you're trying to do, you're not gonna last. Like for me, like mine's called minimize simply, bro, because like I go back to what I said earlier, like I had to make the most out of the least of what I got. It's always been that way in my life. I've had to minimize the excess and like literally just work, make the most, go big with what I got. So
And
I
that's
like
why your
how I like how
logo
you kind of
that's why your logo is very simple, right?
very simple, no, okay, simple and powerful. I don't want I don't want to be I don't want people to be distracted from the message. I feel like nowadays, like all this, like people are hitting with all this visual stimulation. Like it's kind of like with rap. Think about with rap, like the message is getting diluted, and the background is becoming more the message. The beat is becoming more the message. The all this fluff and all this stuff, this extra stuff is becoming what's important to people and to culture in general,
Yeah, I mean,
American
I
culture.
feel you because like I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like, so like when I was putting together like the logo here, like it was you know, I use a lot of purple and green in all my shit because like purple's the color of addiction, green's the color of mental health. And like, but like even with this logo here on the wall, it's a lot. And like I've been thinking about that lately. Like this is a lot. And like if you look at a lot of the other shit that I've been putting on social media and stuff, it's a cat. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, that should have been my logo to begin with. Is the cat because like the cat's actually what saved my life. And like
Yeah.
this is what I looked like. Like this is what I felt like my mind was this. But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I've been kind of like integrating a new logo, but like no like subtly, like just been like dropping like the cat and everything, and like kind of pushing that I got this cat that's like gonna take over the logo. Even I got a new banner for what's gonna be on season 5, and it's gonna be the cat. You know what I mean? So I'm
That's
changing it.
dope because whenever you do merch and stuff, bro, like that cat is gonna be like for me, like that cat is gonna be like a good branding. That cat's is that's dope.
Yeah,
Man.
I got something I'm gonna send you for the collab.
Oh no, heck yeah,
I
yeah.
got a couple pictures of the cat that I'll be using. I've been using like 2 or 3
Do that,
different
do that.
ones.
That's why honestly, bro, like and I'm that's it, like with this new print service that I'm about to be doing. Like I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna try to like kind of like help people like if they need it, like if they want assistance with like logo designs and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to do that with people. Like I'm just trying to take the focus off of me, and just like I said, just
Yeah,
help.
it's gotta be simple, right? Like I don't know if this will focus.
Heck no, you like in 480p right now, dog.
Yeah. It's not really focused, but all it is the cat's face, right? And it just says Emotional Nightmares podcast.
I kind of like I can see the silhouette of things right now, but
Yeah, it won't focus because it's too close. But yeah, like that's the simple, one of the simple ones. I got another one too. That I don't know if this will focus because it's got a QR code on it, so it won't really focus either. But I'll send them to you. They're very
send it to me.
simple. They're very simple, and I've been trying to add more of like hey man, we're a mental health, like, because I realized like in the beginning, and this is important for people that are trying to put together a brand. Like I realized in the beginning, I called my show Emotional Nightmares. You don't know what the fuck that means, and like, you know what I mean, like. In all
Yeah,
reality, like looking at it, because I do I like horror films are my favorite, right? So like I do use a lot of horror film themes. Well, I'm not. I don't want you to think that I'm a horror film podcast either. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? So
true.
like, I've been kind of
Yeah,
like pushing a lot more of like that. Hey, man, we're the mental health and substance abuse podcast, and like the problem is like I have this shit LLC'd, and like I have it all. You know what I mean? Like I can't change shit.
yeah,
It's already branded, and like we're already up there on subscribers and shit. So I gotta But that's the cool thing, right? Is like you get to change shit as you're doing shit and like be like,
yeah. You learn as you go.
yeah, like this is literally all on the fly. I didn't know any of this. I mean, I had an idea, right? Like we kind of mapped out an idea, but it was like,
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. And like now it's kind of like, shit, I should have done this in the beginning. Why didn't I do this? And like, the more you learn. But that's the cool shit, right? You can always change and stuff.
learn as you go. That's the one thing I have to. I'm learning is the kind of break away from like my rigid system thinking. Because although it has got me far, and things like this, like where you have to kind of learn and like where I have no idea, where obviously like there's so much you can learn in a business or anything that you're gonna make a mistake and you're gonna have to you know repivot no matter what. Like that's just what it is. Like somewhere down the road, like you're gonna have to repivot, change something, navigate or something. So that's I really had to like let go of my rigid way of thinking and kind of just be cool with like being imperfect. Even like when I release content, like I will purposely release some content that will have imperfections in it and stuff like that, just
Yeah,
because
me too.
I need to. Yeah, because I gotta work on that, man. Because I'll get stuck on little details and
I
stuff
learned that
like
from
that.
you. I did. I learned that from you. Like I actually I do that too. Like when I make, because I remember like when I first started and I would make reels, or I was trying to make reels, because like I look at them now, man, they were garbage. But like I was trying to perfect shit. Like I tried to make sure like I tried to line up like the song to make like a song perfect with like the like and then like I remember like we were riding one time in the car, you and I in the truck, and I don't remember I was playing the old school shit. Like I was playing the old school dog pound, right? And like you
Yeah.
was recording the shit, and like you was like, yeah, I'm gonna post it. And I was like, whoa, we gotta do this and this and this to it. You're like, nah, I'm just gonna post it. I was like, yeah, but like look at it, and you're like, yeah, bro, like we are the content. Like it don't matter. Like we just it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just and like something that, and like the funny thing was like I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, because I was like, yeah, but like it's got to be perfect. And you was like, yeah, man, only 12 people are gonna see it anyway. It don't matter. And like that kind of stuck with me. Like I keep that stuck in my head. Like when I'm making shit is like that keeping that humility, right? Because
No, yeah.
I always think to myself like, yeah, you're right. Like only like 12 people are gonna look at this. Like it don't matter if it's perfect. And like I think by doing that, that's all. And like even with the podcast itself, right? Like I don't edit this shit. I never have because like I don't really know how. Right? If I'm being honest, I don't really know how. So like I I like I don't know how to do all the cool
Don't
shit.
get on that editor.
Yeah, like I don't know how to do the cool shit, like how to flip shit and do shit. You know, this computer program does a lot of this shit for me, this Riverside. But I in season 1, 2, and 3, I don't even edit. Like I changed the lighting so that like you can see shit a little better, and like
Yeah.
I can change the lighting. I figured out how to do that, and like I figured out how to put like share and subscribe throughout the video, and like I figured out how to do some cool shit like that, and then like I'm like, I don't really know how to edit, so we're real raw and uncut because I don't know how to cut shit out. So like, you're stuck with it. Like, don't say some dumb shit because it's getting put on the air because I don't know how to edit. So like,
That might be,
I think that's
bro.
also
Like
kept
nowadays, man.
that's kept us authentic.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro. That's that. I hope you stand out. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, bro, like everyone's fighting for spots on the algorithm. They're trying to release things that are super polished and
Yeah,
all this other stuff. And you can just and you can just tell like when people get like super content ready
yeah,
and
and
things like
why? Like, you know what I mean? Like I've found
you know.
like what
Um,
all my best podcasts. Like I've never I don't know what we're doing. Like even like when we started this, I was like, yeah, bro, I don't know what we're doing. Like we're just gonna go in and go. Like I don't know how we're gonna talk, what we're gonna talk about. Let's just do it. And like I think that that's always been the game plan. Is like, what the hell are we planning for? Like I'm not gonna be Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? I don't want to be.
that
I don't want to be like I'm not gonna be like I would love like that's just not me. Like I know I'm not gonna be him. I know I don't want to
that's
be. I
real.
want to be me, right? And like I want to be me. So like that's the other side of it is I think a lot of people lose focus because they want to be the next big podcast. I just want to be me and like help people and stay true to who
For
I
real.
am, right? And like I'm not for sale. And like I think that that's the other side of it too. Like I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm not selling you me. I'm not selling you a product. I'm keeping me who I am. And like as long as we stay who we are, how the fuck can we lose?
No facts. You know what's for you is for you. What's for me was for me. You know, if I stay the course and don't deviate the system and try to stay as true to myself as possible. Um, I know I'm gonna be cool whatever happens.
Yeah. We give voices to the voiceless. Hope to the hopeless. That's the goal.
Give dope to the hopeless. I mean, hope to the hopeless. Yeah.
It's in there because I don't know how to edit it. Oh man. So all right. So I think listen, this is my longest episode of the season that I've done. Out of like 20 some episodes, this is the longest one, right? So this is gonna be the very last episode that we air. I think we're gonna make.
Bro, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
I know it's like an hour and 18 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got work in the morning, so
Yeah, me too. We. It's all right. We're gonna make this the season finale, right? So, listen, you guys have been with us for an hour and 18 minutes. I hope that you got something from us. You know, as always, man, you could have been anywhere in the world today, but you chose to be here with us, and I greatly appreciate you. I really appreciate you if you hung out with us to the end. If not, then hey, you know, it is what it is. Um, I hope that you heard something. If you did not hear anything to help you change your life, everybody and their brother has a podcast, right? So I don't care where you get help as long as you get help. There's a million ways to get help right now, and not for nothing. If you don't find help here, go find it somewhere else. Don't pick up drugs today. Um, Instead, pick up the phone and call somebody that'll help you. And like we got tons of resources that we can help you with. If you can't get a hold of anybody, all my contact information is on this on it's on any page. Whatever page you found this on, it's on there. So hit us up, man. We'll get you plugged into whoever you need to get plugged into for whatever help you need. And yes, we have resources all across America. So I could care less what state you're from, what city you're from. I got you. We will help you. So yeah, man, like I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. And as always, man, like it, share it, subscribe it. All right.
I appreciate you having me tonight, man. I'm glad I could come through. It was definitely good conversation. Full circle moment. Make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast.
Yeah, and
You
be on
know,
the
and where
lookout for
I'm
this.
gonna find you.
Be on the lookout for the hoodies, right? We're gonna do a
Yeah,
collabo hoodie.
yeah.
We're gonna do a collabo
Minimize
hoodie.
collective. I'm dropping some new stuff this winter. Be on the lookout. You know,
Do you still have your website?
yes, minimize collective apparel squarespace.com. It's a long website, so I'm just gonna send it to you. You can link it.
Yeah, do that. Send me the link.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the. I'll put the link in the description, so the link's there.
But you guys can get you one of these, flavorful hoodies. Don't be surprised if you pick your son up from school and he's wearing one. All the new kids, they're talking about it. They're trying to get Riz and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't miss out. You don't want to be left out. We all hate FOMO. And everyone's getting one. Don't be that guy that goes to the grocery store, without your hoodie. Because you don't look around, everyone's.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Uh, all right, man. Well, we appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for watching, and we'll cue the cat eyes.